Ambient Smokes. We're here today with a good old cigar and some good old wine. Jason, what are we having today?
Well, sir, these cigars are Aging Rooms, get this number right, M356. And we are following that up with Apothic Dark Bold Red Blend. And this is the first time that either one of us have had this wine.
Oh, geez.
Not the first time that either one of us have had the cigar.
No.
You know, I keep this as my house blend and in my old man box, which is part of my retirement plan. But, man.
This is a really good pairing.
It's a nice treat.
This is really nice.
It's good to see you again, man.
Good to see you, brother.
Yeah.
We were stuck in our homes for a good fucking week and a half.
Yes, we were.
If you all were in East Tennessee and wherever the fuck that winter storm went, we experienced a lot of cold, a lot of ice, a lot of snow. And now we're sitting out here, and it's about 60 going to 50 degrees.
It was 62 degrees today.
It's fucking amazing.
And there's still some places in town that have the icicles.
Mm-hmm, they do.
The snow packed
The big old
together.
pile of snow.
I ain't never seen snow like that.
Dude, it's kind of scary. I was at Food City earlier, and I looked at it, I'm like, that shit is still there.
I have never in my life. I talked to a lot of people. You know, growing up here, we had the feared, storm of '93.
Oh, yeah.
Man, if we had had the ice from this storm on top of that snow, oh, it would have been terrible. It was bad enough as it was. But this storm was kind of freaky. Came out of the middle of nowhere, and the way it just, you could walk in your yard and you wouldn't go through it. You would just slide. So, you couldn't hardly even make snowmen out of that. It was bad.
It wasn't even fun snow.
No, it was terrible.
It was terrible
dangerous.
snow. It was just ice. Fuck that shit. But now we're here in 60-degree weather of Tennessee. Good old Tennessee. That was actually one of the biggest things we dealt with in Wolfe, filming it. Because it took us 6 months to film Wolfe.
It was terrible last year. And the year prior to that. That's what it was.
Because we were, right now it's January, so we would have still been filming about a year ago. And we didn't technically wrap. Okay, we wrapped everybody, let's say, I think March. Because we filmed that first weekend of March, I believe, still. And then we had pickups. I was actually looking back at my calendar. We had pickups in July. Because we had to come in here, use your kitchen, to get the kitchen scenes done.
Yeah.
And then the 2 leads were finally wrapped in July.
God.
And it wasn't even a feature film.
What was it we had said? I think we had hit this on an earlier Ambient.
Mm-hmm.
That was like the best tasting coffee we ever had.
Oh, God. It was amazing.
We had to have something celebratory because we had finally wrapped after all that time because it was just a year of terrible weather.
Yes.
The weather here is just so unpredictable.
Yeah.
And it's really going back to what it was when I was a kid.
Really?
We used to get a lot of snowstorms when I was little. People don't realize that. They think Tennessee, they don't think snow. And I'm not saying that we had northern snow, but we did get a lot more snow.
Yeah.
And then it just went away for like 5 years. Now it's back. And it's been getting every year.
It has.
We dealt with that. We dealt with it last year, remember?
It was actually the same time because we filmed
same time of year.
January 16th, 17th. That weekend, the first day we were up there, it had melted, but we filmed up in the mountains of Tellico.
Part of your challenges was trying to make sure that you didn't get the snow in the shot.
Yeah.
We had to try to go and...
You can actually see, there's one shot specifically, and I blurred everything out. It was focused on Jason. It's that final shot where we just kind of, that slow pan in, focused on you. And everybody's like, oh, wow, it's sparkly. I'm like, oh, wow, that's snow. That's the snow reflecting light. And no one noticed. All the tights in the final scene, it was a snow day. So, Jason, what was let's talk about the filming progress. What was your, favorite moment throughout that filming progress that you could, recall?
As far as, to perform as an actor or as far as to just, have the total experience?
I think maybe just total experience. Maybe then kind of find an actor.
So, it probably came across, it was probably the beginning scene with me and Francis. And that's just because it was a beautiful day out. Even though it looked like it was warm, it was freezing that day.
It was fucking cold.
So cold.
It was so cold.
But it was beautiful.
Yes.
It was like the sun was out in a perfect spot. And you could see all the mountains in the background up at Chip's old place.
Yep.
And it was like, my gosh, man. Everything was great that day, too. Everybody was in a good mood. We were all having fun. And not that we didn't have fun.
No, I know what you meant. But it was literally day one.
It was day one. It was for me. Some of the other shots had already been done. Some of that stuff had already been done, but that was my first time on set for that day.
Yeah.
And to do that. And I don't know, man, it was cool. It was really neat, and it just kind of had a really good flow, and a really good feel to it.
Mm.
So
I mean,
I think that was it. I think that was my. Other than I loved fighting with Grayson.
Good old
where I
Gray.
broke my thumb.
Good old Gray. How did you break your thumb?
So basically, it wasn't Grayson's fault. It was my fault.
Mm.
When he went to disarm me, I had my thumb behind the weapon.
Yeah.
And so, like, when we were struggling with the gun, when he went and he grabbed it and he bent it, I had my thumb where it shouldn't be. And it
went back way.
Yeah. And it was on, I think it was the third time that we filmed it. Every other time it had been fine. He was able to whip it out.
Yeah.
And it was great. But it was just, it was an honest mistake. Like, I had it, and I was just, the movement just kind of went off a little bit. And
yeah.
I believe it's actually the shot you
No, it is the shot. It is actually the shot.
So it was, I mean, it looked great, but it was just like,
you kept going, you're like,
there was a real grunt in there that was not, I didn't plan. That wasn't acting, like that was
you're
like that
I
was
broke
pain.
my thumb, guys.
Oh, I knew
but
immediately.
it was too fucking cold
but yeah,
to probably feel it.
Honestly, I didn't feel it until like the next day when I woke up and it was like solid black right down here. Where, I mean, it was like black. And I mean, there's nothing you can really do, man. So I just taped it up and went with it. It was fine. But, man, it hurt. I think for about a half a year, I had the hardest time picking things up at work because I couldn't move my thumb hardly. I couldn't get it around without there being like pain in it. That was awful.
And there's like nobody to doctor.
Anything
like,
for the art.
You're like, shit, it's done for. I guess
anything for the art, anything for you, man.
Oh, I appreciate it. I mean, you went up and beyond. Jason is I think we talked about in one of our first episodes, is a theater actor, theater conteneur. I think I said that word wrong, but it's fine. And now we're transitioning him into film, and it's been great to see that transition.
This is your Frankenstein.
This is my Frankenstein.
You're responsible.
I'm literally like, I'm gonna make it work.
This is the man that actually had approached me about that.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of came to me and asked me about some of this stuff because apparently, and I mean, I don't know. We're not out in Hollywood. We don't know how that is, but there's always that rift between theater actor
and film actor.
And I don't see that.
Yeah.
I think it's both awesome. I think both arts are incredible and both are valid.
Yeah.
And I don't see why there needs to be a beef.
No.
I mean, they're both equally hard.
Oh, definitely.
I mean, seriously, like, it would be so. But what's funny is I think it would be harder to be a television actor or a movie actor and going straight into theater and having never done theater before.
Excuse me.
I know this, folks, because I was in a play called I Hate Hamlet, and that's what that play was about. It was about a guy who wanted to prove it to himself that he could be a real actor and go be on stage in a Shakespeare play.
Jeez.
And he goes and rents an apartment from John Barrymore, Drew Barrymore's grandfather, who was a very well-known Shakespearean actor.
Yeah.
And his ghost shows up in the apartment. And he decides that he's going to help old Andy Raleigh become a real actor. It's a cute show.
Awesome.
What a good show. It's a great show. But anyway, I don't know. I blame all this on you.
Oh, I appreciate that. I mean, I was the one that was like, you want to do a movie? You want to be fighting? You want to do all this? And it was all me.
So much fun, man. I love it. And I appreciated every minute of it.
Going back to that first scene that you said, that was so... I love that scene so much. Honestly, that is my favorite scene is the coffee scene.
Yeah, we've gotten a lot of responses for that too. Both from you and just comments that have been made on the site, and just people in general really like that scene.
That was the first scene I wrote. In the whole film.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, no. So I wrote that. That was the first
you're
scene.
laying that on me now.
Yeah, no. Seriously, I was waiting to
say
tell
that.
you.
Like,
I was waiting to tell you. I was like,
this is the first scene I wrote. Good luck.
No, literally, that was the first thing I wrote, and I can't remember if I wrote it because it was like everywhere when I was writing it. I wrote it when I had my job at the YMCA, and whenever I was house sitting, I did a lot of writing here for you. But that was the very first thing I wrote, and I was just like, I like creating banter. My goal is to create banter and conversations with dialogue, and I was like, what is something? Okay, he's an older man, and she's this girl who's lived only 5 years of life. That's kind of a known fact to the audience, but to the character, so I was like, coffee. That just seems so simple to have a conversation about, and I loved how natural you two were about it. Just even like, you guys add some little, mochaccino bullshit. That wasn't even in the script.
Oh.
And he came out of that shit, and I'm sitting here behind camera going, don't laugh. Don't you laugh.
So on that, what do you think was either your favorite scene? I think you said the coffee scene.
Coffee scene.
What was the hardest thing for you to either overcome, or what was the hardest thing for you to do during the process?
I've been really thinking hard on this question because I've been asked this from you and from social media, and there was a lot of new learning points in this production. Just quick things. We had a hard drive issue. We then had to wait a few months for it. Went straight into editing. Had to record our own audio and stuff. But I think honestly, I'm gonna say the hardest thing was trying to ask people to commit, and not that no one was not willing to do that, but that first weekend, the goal was every other weekend of November. Mm-hmm. And then being brought up by the crew, being brought up by the team, and just being like, this is bigger. We need to take time. And that next week, I was like texting everybody like, hey, this is gonna take longer. And just being like, because all these people had jobs, all these people probably would have possible film opportunities. So it was that question of, would you be willing to stay on? I think that was the hardest thing to do, because it kind of felt like it was not breaking a promise, but you know what I mean? Because you're like, we're going to do a film every other weekend of November. Now, oh, no, this turned to a 6 to 8 month project.
Yeah, and it seemed like every call sheet every weekend.
The crew was a run and gun crew. It is literally like your typical $100 budget film. I was director, I was writer, I was DP, and I think that was the other hardest trope. Was it would have been nice, to have a DP, have an AD, but that wasn't the possibility for this. So it was me taking different hats off, going, okay, I need to make sure this shot looks okay, and then Skylar would help out, make sure the shot looked okay, cool, and then going to the actors and trying to get out of, the look of the shot, and now, how I need you to do this, and trying to remember the script and translating that. I think translating was the biggest overcome for me, because that was the biggest project for me to date that I've done. I've done a lot of shorts. I think it's like 42 minutes, 44 minutes. But that's what I would say would be the hardest thing, is putting faith out there that this production will go very well. And everyone went above and beyond. Every single person I asked was like,
everybody was off the chain.
Everybody's like, I'll be there no matter what. People came days they said they weren't planning on. They said, hey, I got this day off, I'm coming. I mean, Cast even was Francis hold a microphone at one moment.
Yeah,
and got back in the scene.
Whatever anyone could do to just keep it rolling was what we did. I mean, that was, yeah.
Speaking of Francis, she actually had an interesting scene that took, you didn't know this because you weren't in the scene. The scene where Francis tackles that one guy and starts beating him, that scene took 4 days to film. That one little scene. Because we filmed it originally in one spot, and we were running out of light, and it kind of felt rushed, and I was like, no, we'll scrap it, we're going to do a different day. We go on to day 2, and we get the first half of it done. It felt really good. We were running out of time, so we left it. We went to go do other stuff. We came back and filmed the end of that scene. So where Quinn comes up and talks to her, that's a different day. That's a whole different day. That's not even the same day. And then the running, her getting chased by Quinn, that's another day. All that one little, let's say a minute, 40 seconds, took 4 days. And that's the thing about film that people don't know.
Film, man.
That's the thing about film people don't know. It takes, especially when you have more lights and more cameras. You're like,
you think the easiest little thing, and it's gonna involve a whole another week. It's crazy, man.
Because what's funny is the final scene took 2 days, just 2 days, and day 1 we had snow. We had snow in some of those shots that I had to no, we're gonna do a close up here. If the snow's here tomorrow, we're not gonna care. We're on the mountain. We're on the mountain. It's fine.
So cold up there.
It was so freaking
We're
cold.
up on a mountain. It was freezing.
It was balls to the wall
Rain.
cold. Mm-hmm. And then
Icy rain.
Then randomly it was hot in the same day. We filmed one scene in the rain.
We just want to do a quick little shout out to a local clothing brand called Community Co.
Definitely want to thank Community. They were a big sponsor of the Wolfe movie. They provided Wolfe's iconic hat.
That's right.
I'm wearing a similar one right now that has been provided through them, and they are a local-based company here in Athens, Tennessee.
Their goal is to bring us together. I've got to record a bunch of events for Matt, skating, into fishing, into even now our film business. So we just want to do a quick shout out. If you guys could just go over to his Instagram page, Community Co., his little shop's in the link, and use our coupon code,
Yes.
Jedi10.
Check them out. They've got some great merch over there.
They really do. And not just hats. We love our hats over here, but they got some hoodies,
Hardcore,
shorts,
man.
T-shirts.
Southern boy over here. I always have my hat.
I always got my hat. He's got the new camo, and I got the original.
That's right.
So go over, check out Community Co., and give them some love for us.
Still have people who either have watched it online or, or there were some people at the premiere that I knew that had some questions. But overall, it's other people who have watched it that I've shared it with, have recently watched it during Snowmageddon, love it. And they keep asking more questions and they keep wanting to know more and they want to know more about the story. So,
what are some questions?
I guess that's kind of my question to you is, I mean, we'd done that in the video about, Wolf is not over. We've got more to come with it, that story. They want to know more about Wolf and Nola. They want to know kind of how those two kind of came to be, which I know you're going to explain that. That's going to be a thing.
Yeah.
I don't want to give too much away. You've told me the story, the overall,
Yeah.
And I know you're not telling me everything because you kind of like natural reactions, surprises from the actors, and that's fine. But there's so much interest in Wolf and Nola, it's unbelievable. And I don't know why. I mean, I don't want that to detract from the story, but I guess people just kind of like that.
But that also is.
It's kind of like a Hopper and Elle. It's kind of that. It's the professional. It's old man, little girl. Old man protecting girl. You're gonna have to come through me first kind of attitude. And people just like that. They like that dynamic. I like that dynamic.
It's a great.
Some of my favorite movies are that. I mean, Hopper is my favorite character in Stranger Things.
I love Hopper.
Let's just start there.
I love Hopper.
Dude.
That is definitely
and
a
you know
big...
that. I have that t-shirt.
I know you do. It's a big inspiration, too.
Times is for coffee and contemplation. I have that shirt. He is the man.
Hopper's wonderful.
He is my dude.
He's wonderful.
But I mean, I guess, I don't know what it is. It's just a cool, maybe, I don't know, kind of dad vibe of, that's my little girl. You're going to come through me if you want to get to her.
Yes.
That kind of attitude. And I think the more far away from being a father that they act protective, that it's more of an interest. People are more interested in it. Like, well, why do you really care?
Yeah.
Why is that such a deal? And you want to step with that. You kind of put it in the movie with Spades, although he knows, and you're not telling everybody why he knows, but you basically have said that, and that Spades kind of knows, but. He's like, what does it matter?
Yeah.
You've done all these things. Now you're going to step up and be a dad? That kind of thing.
So what was hard about getting into Wolf's
Cut a lot
Mindspace?
of that out, I know.
No, you're good. I don't know. I may let it run. You don't know. I'm the editor.
I don't know you.
You don't know me.
You freak me out.
I freak you out?
You give me bad dreams.
Oh,
no,
shit.
I'm just,
he goes to bed at night and he just hears me yell, action!
I actually do sleep.
Actually,
sleep is good. No,
but what is like for Wolf? What was, I guess, another? I've seen and I've known your acting realm, and I have not seen you do a character like Wolf.
Right, Wolf is unlike anything I've ever played.
So, what was, I guess, the hardest thing to do to get in that character?
I don't know. I mean, not talk as much. I mean, you know me. I'm a very, very vocal guy.
Yeah.
I don't do less is more. That's hard.
Yeah.
It's very, very hard to do that.
Wolf is a very short-spoken. If I'm going to say something, it needs
to be heard.
Yeah.
And then he's not going to talk. And that's just him. That's just how Wolf is.
And for me, I know that too. Whenever I brought you in, I was like, so we're going to need to really work on this, the micro expressions, which is another thing I would say. When it goes in the film theater, you're like, oh, but film, it's all here. And I mean,
I just kind of envision Wolf, and I don't want to give too much about the crew that he worked with in the past in the story, but like after they complete a mission and are all drinking a beer, it's not that he's the dude brooding in the corner. He's in the corner and he's just kind of smiling and he's just kind of raising his glass while everybody else is doing the talking, but he's observing everything.
Agreed.
like he's taking everything in and he's paying attention to what everyone is saying. And then at some weird moment, he'll have some one-liner and then walk away. And that's just kind of how I always envision him. Except this would be on a more darker angle because what's happening.
Yeah.
There's no time for too much silly ha-ha. Only around certain people. Like Nola. Like, he's not going to treat her like a turd.
No.
Obviously.
No, he's gonna have fun. You know? He's going to have, like, a little jolly time. And I feel like that's
like his only moment. He knows something's coming.
Exactly.
Like, I might as well enjoy this while I can.
That's right. What would you say this flavor is, real quick, of these two together? Because I'm getting spice, and then there's, like, this brings out a little more sweet in the wine.
The wine, which is a dry wine, is actually like the grape in it is really fruity.
It is very fruity.
But it's strong. It's stout.
Yeah.
But this doesn't overpower the cigar.
No.
You know, when I first bought these were on a medium to full. And because I've had these particular cigars for a while, they're more mid. If you've noticed, they've mellowed a little bit.
Yeah, they've calmed down.
You've had some of the younger ones that I've had and they're a little
stronger. They're powerful.
These are nice because they're not as... But the flavor, yeah, definitely a spice. Nutmegish.
Oh, definitely nutmeg. Because, like, I love... The biggest thing about cigars, after I cut it, I like to just lick the tip of it to kind of get an idea of what I'm going to have. This piece of shit... I licked it, and it oh God. Again, I do not like these.
Some people love these, and these have been recommended to me before. The factory smokes from Drew Estate. These are just not me.
No.
And these are not you.
No.
These are. I know a lot of people who do enjoy these cigars. I love Drew Estate.
Yeah.
I have plenty of Drew Estates in my collection.
Yeah.
These will not be some of them because they're just. For me, I don't like, and some people do. Some people like that Swisher Sweetie kind of vibe.
The cigarillos.
They love
and
that.
shit. Yeah.
And it's like a, but I don't want that. It would be okay if it was just like at the front, but
no, it's the whole thing.
Every puff.
But when I licked it,
it's like
so
bubble
when I did a little taste test, it had that spice. So I was like, okay, it's gonna be.
Puff was fine.
And then as you kept puffing it,
they're just not me.
Just sweet.
And these are awesome. Like as far as the price for these cigars are amazing. Even in 2024, they're a bargain.
Yes.
You can get them all day long at different brick and mortar cigar stores. I happen to get those at our Total Wine.
Yeah.
They were running a special on them, but they're just not me. I mean,
so if you like sweet, there you go.
If you like sweet candy,
go ahead.
Candy cigars like you'd buy at the gas station, there you go.
Go ahead.
Those are you.
But if you are actually a grown adult, with hair, man, you would. These are amazing. Go to Age Room.
I have never, and I've smoked just about every single aging room there is. I've never had a bad cigar from them.
Ooh, I should know this, as you've told me a few times. So what was the cigar you smoked for Wolfe?
Oh, those cigars are called, I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right, Yamins. I got them from JR Cigars in that food tin.
Yeah.
You loved them.
Oh, I love them.
I passed them out.
By
the way, folks, some of the crew were smoking cigars while we were filming.
Oh, yeah. Day one, I was out there
I loved them because I didn't have to force to keep them lit, and they were full of flavor.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
I mean, during that coffee scene, I think I smoked 3 cigars.
You did.
Easily.
You did.
But you can't put them down. You were the same way. You're like, oh man, what is this?
It was delicious.
It starts with, it's like, I can't even get, it's J-A-M, I can't.
So, because of Wolfe, I blame Wolfe for this. Because I've now gone on to do some more projects where I cannot wait for you guys to see. I'm on set now craving a cigar. Not nicotine. Not like, oh, I need a cigarette. Not a, No.
You don't want a nicotine delivery device.
No.
You want pleasure.
I want pleasure. I want to enjoy the taste. So on set now, everybody's like, get him coffee, get him an energy drink, or get him a fucking cigar. And I'm like, yes, all 3 at once.
Put it all in one.
Please.
Put it in a slurry.
Push it up.
Put it in a slurry and light it.
Make it good. And then at the end, bring me a beer.
Why not?
Oh, but no. So I guess if you have a favorite thing about Wolfe, what would that be?
Overall,
if you have a favorite thing, because I know, again, we're gonna do more. I promise. Just be patient. We got some ideas coming, but like
I'll be
right
honest
now
with you. So, just in general, and I know this sounds like a cop-out answer. I really understand that.
You jerk.
But yeah, it was honestly the crew that I worked with and everybody that I worked with. the chemistry that everybody had was wonderful. It was good to be around those people, and there were plenty of days where I couldn't wait to get to set.
Same.
Because I just wanted to see everybody.
Same.
So
it felt like that.
I would really say that. I mean,
it felt like that at the premiere too.
Yeah. That was even better because
Oh.
it had been a year since we had seen each other.
Yes.
And everybody gave everybody up. We gave hugs.
Mhm.
We cut up. We had some laughs. Y'all went to a little thing afterwards, and I couldn't be around, but for that one, but. I tried to hit and shake hands.
And I brought some new faces.
And
You
love
had to meet,
everybody
and
there. Yeah, I got to meet a few new people.
Yeah.
Buddy, I tell you what, it's not like that. At least with theater, not every show you have chemistry. I'm not saying that those chemistries in the past were bad.
Yeah, I know.
But some of them were just business.
Yeah.
It was just hello, how are you, and move along. Or this was one of those rare moments where we kind of became a family. We had to be close.
Yeah.
We were outside and we were all miserable. And
Yes.
as far as conditions were, but in that misery, man, it was fun. It was a blast.
Wonderful.
Dude, I'd go do it again tomorrow. I'd do Wolf 2.
Let's go.
5 minutes. Let's go.
Let's go. Just 5 minutes.
Grab a shit, throw it in the truck, and let's head out.
I mean, I'm very happy with Wolf for it being so low budget, for being so just raw. And I mean, I'm watching the scenes, and as a director and writer, I want to say my vision of that film took about 2.5 years, because that's including writing it. And then I was like, cool, we're gonna go film it.
And at that time, though, you hadn't really in your mind had any idea of who was going to be who.
No, I didn't, because I was pitching it to you,
Right.
and I was having you help me out, and I was like, shit, I want you to be Wolf. And then I was like, who Francis? And another actor that took forever to cast was Spades. I didn't cast Spades till weeks before filming.
I remember that.
Because
You kept going back and forth. You're just like, I just don't know. I don't know who we're going to get for this.
And then
you even said I may end up being Spades.
Yeah, I did. I was just bouncing my head around, and then I met Grayson Black, who he said he's willing to do a Zoom call to talk with us about this soon. So I can't wait to do that with him.
Oh man.
He's up in the Philippines again doing Peace Corps. We got to see him at the premiere, which was
Bless you, man.
You are
we miss you.
Great soul.
Thank you for doing good work.
Seriously,
we
thank
miss you
you
so much.
But I met him at the Y, and we bonded over like Dungeons and Dragons, nerd shit. And I was like, and he was always like, man, I always wanted to be in a film. And I was like, you want to come be an extra for sure, because all that. And I was just staring at him at the time. He has short hair now, but he had those long locks and would always have it up. And I'm like, what happened to Spades? And we met at a coffee shop, and I was just spitballing with him. And I love to spitball with actors and just give them a raw reading first, and then try this, try that. And he was alright. He came prepared, motherfucker. He came. There's a script. I got my laptop too with notes. I wrote notes here too, and I'm like, holy shit. He has never done anything like this before. And he's already like, okay, so I wrote this, so it's here. And I'm just beyond, excited. I'm like, man, this guy's willing to put the work in. And my favorite line that he says is when he's like, keep hiding, Wolf, I'll hunt you. That line is so...
That sets those two characters up so good.
It really does. It really does.
Such a good job. God, Grayson. Jesus, son. Jesus.
First time acting, boy.
Jesus,
good
boy.
job.
Did awesome. He was incredible.
Yep.
I could not ask for a better rival
Mm-hmm.
to be able to play off of, because it was just unbelievable. It was so fun. It was hard, and you'll admit it, because we both kept cracking each other up.
You did. First time we ever met.
Where we did. Yeah, because we did, the first time we did,
It was a fight scene.
yeah, it was the fight scene. And that was the first time that I met him.
Yeah. Because we had filmed a bunch of other stuff, y'all separate. And I was like, cool, we're going to do this together. And y'all were already...
In case people don't know, I think people know by now, but movies do not go...
No.
It's not like a play.
No.
It's not like Act 1, Scene 1, Act 1, Scene 2. You go in different orders. Whatever is going to be easy, whatever is going to be needed.
Yep.
That's how you film movies, man. That's movies. That's movie making.
But y'all were like, I don't even know what y'all are talking about, but you're all laughing and cracking up. And I was like, cool. So remember, you two are fighting each other.
You guys hate each other.
So remember that, and let's go make a movie.
I remember, man, when he was trying to get that scene out when we're both down on the knees part, man. He
man.
such a jerk. Flirting with me.
Flirting with
blowing
you.
me kisses. I'm like, dude. Stop! We're on like take 95, man. Come on.
That's just him though. Whenever I would see him at the Y, he would go,
What an ass.
I work at a
The dude
YMCA.
he's an
I work
ass.
at a YMCA.
Grayson, you're an ass.
And motherfucker, we work like he works in childcare. Works in childcare, and he did a great job with those kids and all that. But anytime I'm working at the front desk, you know, I'm just like, yo, what's up, Gray? He'd be like, what's up, Daddy? And I'm like, what is going on? And I was like,
coming at me.
I'm like, I'm gonna slap you,
dude.
Speaking of flirting, a lot of women come up to me about that scene where he took his hair down.
Oh wow.
I'm not even joking. And Gray, there you go. Stroke your ego, buddy. And I remember that because he texted me the week before that day we were going to film, and he was like, so I found out to cut all my hair for Peace Corps. Is there any way I could just take my hair down so I have it on camera? That was his only goal. I was like, we can make it work. Yeah, let's do it. And I feel like that was a good, even transition. I mean, as a not, you know, again, new actor, of like the main down of spades.
Yeah.
You know, like
yeah,
all of a sudden it's just like
it worked
unsheath and
everything. It was just feral.
Yes.
Feral and raw and just ready to rip someone a new ass. It was perfect, man. It worked great.
So Wolfe did that.
Grayson, you're an ass.
Title of this, Grayson's an ass.
Grayson's an ass.
Oh, man. But again, I'm always going to say this on any project.
Oh, no.
I'm so
Wolfe
thankful
is very
for these
unattractive. Wolfe is not a sex symbol.
You don't know that. Well, one day
maybe the 5 people in the Philippines, which we have an audience.
We do. We have a great percentage of Filipinos. Thank you guys.
Maybe one of them out there. We're like, hey, he's pretty hot. I don't know why I did him like a hillbilly, but I mean, you know, maybe not a very sexy man.
I don't know. You don't know. You don't. People are attracted to the Hopper, and you could argue.
Well, maybe I don't know.
I'm not saying. I mean, you know. I don't know. I ain't judging people's opinions, but Jesus.
Grayson is a sexy man.
Apparently,
He's
yes,
a
sir.
sexy man.
And he flirts with everybody.
Hey,
everybody.
Bring it, dude.
Jason's like, all right, I'm getting ready because they will. Spades and Wolfe will return.
We will return, and we will meet again. We will have a round two.
On set this time.
I'm not ruining anything, am I?
No, not at all. Not at all. That's an actual known fact. Yeah. Jason's gonna be shirtless next time, and he's gonna stare at Grayson. Hey,
dude, we want people to come to the movie. We don't want them to stay away. We want a repeat audience.
Hey, you're over here willing. Look, this man is amazing in the sense he's like, all right, so for when we do this next thing, I'm gonna go get jacked, like Vin Diesel jacked. And I didn't even ask him. I was like, yeah.
No, that is my goal.
Yeah.
That is absolutely my goal. I want to put some serious weight on Wolfe and be ready to clobber somebody.
Oh, that's gonna be awesome. But guys, again, thank you. I'm gonna keep saying it. God, it doesn't feel real sometimes.
No, it doesn't.
And when I go look at the page, I'm like,
I know. Every time we get more and more views, we've got, you know, we just got more projects planned. You don't want to give too much away.
No.
And there's going to be some other ambient stuff that are not related to the. I guess people are calling it the Wolfe series. It's really not it, but
the universe, pretty much.
Universe.
Yeah.
Well, that's okay, I guess. I mean, people just right now all they've kind of seen is in that bunch is in the Wolfe movie, so it's fair.
Yeah, definitely.
So,
but we got more to come, and I mean, we can't wait to update you guys as this goes. We got projects that are in editing, in post. We're filming one. So we're in January, so we're filming one in February, and it's awesome. This is why we do it. Thank you, dog.
What happens when you film on a porch?
Hey, I love it though. Quick shout out. As you notice, our hats.
Brought to you by Community.
Matt Roberts.
Love you, Matt.
Thank you, sir. We will always promote Community Co. I'm gonna put my discount
over there.
code.
Yeah, go over there. Check out their stuff. Their merch is incredible.
Jedi 10, so Jedi 10. You'll get some 10% off. Go over to Community Co. We'll put it in our little bio and shit there. Support them. It's a locally owned business. And
born and raised.
Back to us talking about like how we have a community on set. That's his whole goal is just bring us all together.
All together. All walks of life. And they're a good group. Those are some good people.
Yes, sir.
So go check them out. They are awesome.
Amazing. Well, thank you guys. Stay tuned.